Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, we have gathered the troops. Now, before I even introduce these guys, I will have all of their links to their channels in the description. Make sure you go ahead and check these guys out. I'm going on a 2-week camping trip. I don't know how well my Starlink's going to work, so these guys will get you across the line anyway while I'm gone. And if there is any other creators you want me to get on and do this kind of thing, let me know in the comments. But we have ourselves Barcode in the top left. We got Car 6 in the top middle. We got the biggest hater of the game and also the biggest white knight of the game in the top right, that is Sean B. And then we've got Samuel in the bottom next to me. So, boys, I just wanted to get you guys on. Originally, I hit Sean B up when we saw that the second dupe was starting to give counterattack rate. And when I saw that, I'm like, Sean B, we got to do something. Then they hotfixed it, so I'm like, okay, let's slow down. Let's tee up with a bunch more people, have a general discussion about the game. So that's what this one's going to be. Have any other discussions you guys want in the comments. First thing I want to say is, in general, we'll start with you, Barcode. Plume. I'm assuming everyone here pulled Plume. What's our general thoughts on her performance so far?
Before I pulled her, I knew that she was going to be broken, for one. Just looking at her kit. Like some of those heroes and Animus or whatever, when you read their kit, they're like, sometimes they're underwhelming, but I just knew she was going to be broken, and she's broken, obviously. Like, she does way too much. I mean, she's a dark SSR, they should, but I played the hard mode again, like I have been all game. I beat the Carrion Crow's Chloros dungeon without her, and then I summoned her I have it on video. That'll be later. But yeah, she's definitely broken.
Yeah, and I think one of the big thing is that with runs, normally what fails a run is missing the strip or missing the death break. And because she's a triple hitter with each hit trying to do all of those things, it's almost impossible if you have her accuracy capped. It's impossible to miss either one of those things. So it basically solves the efficiency problem of farming, or speed runs at least.
Right.
How about you, Carl? Any other things to add?
Well, no, speaking of speed runs, like my Aurora, 30 seconds faster, more consistent over Viper. The 3 hits is a life changer, game changer. I'm actually uploading my video right now talking about her and just telling everybody, not sponsored or anything, you need to pull this character or you're going to regret it. She's so good, like absolutely broken.
Yeah, 100%. Sean, I saw your video with the double DPS, Sean. I tried to do it with my Didding, and it was just not enough damage.
Yeah, I think she's like really, really good. First, she's like the first of its kind to have strip defense break, because the moment I see the boss design to have the immunity, I knew it's gonna come out. Like there's this one unit that has to come out of strip defense break. But this unit does even more than that. Like I think you can stop at multi-hit strip defense break and
on a 3-turn cooldown.
Wow. Yeah, on a 3-turn cooldown. Like it's already like amazing. Oh, now let's add like a unique attack break, so you can stack attack break. A unique slow, you can stack slow. It's insane. And then you have the turn meter. Like, oh my god!
Don't forget about the unique damage amplification and the turn. Yeah, like there's just too much in that kit. It's just completely bonkers.
Exactly, man. It's crazy. But then LDSSR, people want her to be like broken, like Lilium, like Yelly. Like she gotta be like super duper good, or people would just go crazy in the feedback channel. So I guess they gotta do it, right? Like I think we saw in the leak she was supposed to be green, and in the test server she had 125 base speed. But they knew that if she's like okay, that's not gonna sell. Ramp up the base speed, make her fucking dark color. Oh my god, that's insane.
And the crazy. You go.
With her passive, I thought when I read it that she would not be able to apply Curse Quill on her third skill, because I knew her first skill does it, but her second skill says Animus except Plume can stack up to 1 time. So like,
oh yeah, you didn't think, you thought that was like excluding her, but that's just she doesn't have a limitation, so she can multi-stack it on a single hit. Yeah.
Like, I honestly don't think she should. I think all of her teammates should, which would make it a little bit more balanced, in my opinion. But what she can do on her third skill is just ridiculous.
Yeah. What about you, Samuel? Have you got anything to add?
Hello? Yeah. I think he's a pretty crazy character. I'm actually very surprised that they released her right before the game launches officially in Asia. Because it's not available on the selector, and she's just amazing in PvE. And I think without her, a lot of people are going to struggle, especially with Chloros, and she speeds up all the runs. And man, in PvP, she is kind of insane. You don't
you
really
can run
get
her
to
on
play her,
Rev
which is
too.
like, yeah, you can run her on Rev. I've seen people play her in like the Bruiser play style, and it's amazing. And she just counters like every play style, which is pretty insane to me that this early into the game's launch that we have a character like this.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's like you'd think they'd have that saved for a little bit later on. It's like I thought if she had like just removes all buffs, that would be just stupid. But the fact that it's a 3-hitter, but each hit has the chance to do all 3 things. Like I thought maybe they would have made her like Dinah, where it's like, okay, if there's no buffs, then we apply the next thing, then we apply. But no, it's just like straight up every hit does all of them, which is just completely crazy for the current state. But yeah, I agree that it's kind of weird that they didn't save it for the CN release as the launch banner. I guess they're trying to drive sales in just making people pull on the standard LD banner to try and get her, I guess. I don't really know, or just ramp up the standard banner pulls, but I think we can all agree she's pretty damn cracked. Now, the thing, like I said, when I first saw it, like I didn't see it when I first made my video, but that Dupe 2, when it had counterattack, what was your guys' take on that? We'll start with you, Carl.
It was going to set a dangerous precedent where you could have counterattack, you have skill upgrades, you could have speed. So I'm kind of glad they reined that in, because if it was there, Volk, I probably was going to try to get 2 copies. I know Sean probably maxed her out regardless, but you get the Lattice kickback, you get the extra counterattack, you know, that was just going to sweeten the deal. I'm glad they kind of took it away though.
Yeah, it was just like one of those ones. It's like, what's next? Like we have time weave effect in a Dupe, like because like that was their original. Like originally, everyone thought dupes weren't in RTA. Then it was no, they are in RTA, but you know, what we're saying is we're not like the other games. They don't make a big impact. Which I mean, it's still like 20%, 28% extra damage or whatever it is. But like as soon as you add counterattack, it's like, where does that lead to? And I was just like, you cannot be doing this. It goes against the complete fundamentals that they started with. Does anyone else think anything different or have anything they want to add?
I thought initially when they like changed it so fast that they did it on purpose to like bait engagement and then changed it like to what it was supposed to be.
Jesus.
Because like it was
Conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was pretty wild. I couldn't believe it when I opened it up in the archives. Actually, I thought it was like a visual bug at first.
Yeah, what was it?
Samul, though, is they left out, you know, I think who brought up Sean, they changed the element too. So I feel like it could have also just been an oversight, and it was like a previous build, and then the final adjustment they just messed up. But yeah, maybe.
What was the Dupe 4? Because I remember that, because they changed Dupe 4, but I only looked at Dupe 2.
Dupe 4 was accuracy, so it's perfect, you know? There's no like shit dupe like the other character that has an effect res dupe.
That's all right, yeah. The now the Dupe event. We'll start with you, Barcode, on this one, because I know you're free to play as well. So I'm curious to see your opinion and then take a look at the spender's opinion.
I obviously I only got 1 copy, so you know the way they kind of promoted it technically, I just felt like it was a completely different event that was going to happen. Like I thought it was going to be some kind of 7-day login, or I don't even know what it was, but I didn't think it was going to be like, okay, if you get a dupe, then you get a lattice. If you get a dupe, you get a red shadow print. If you get another dupe, you get a lattice. I mean, it's obviously a whale event, and I'm not going to complain about it because I'm free to play. I'm playing a game for free, right? So like, you do you, but it's pointless to me.
Yeah. How about you boys? Wait, have you guys pulled dupes?
No, I'm free to play as well.
I'm also free to play.
I'm free to play.
I think a lot of people, like the people with like super heavy copium, would think that, oh, if you like, you know, skill her up with skill branches, then you get lattice, which is like the dream. But it didn't happen that way. So it's dupe for lattice. But I think for every new character, there should have been like build a character, like at least if you 6-star her, you do things with her, then you get rewarded in a way or another. Like if you play with her consistently for like 7 days or 2 weeks, then you get you get to marry her shard.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, right? You get to talk to her like how you talk to Grok. That'd be great as well. But like I think there should be an event where you are forced to like play the game with her, so that you get rewarded over a long period of time. I think that's way better than just like straight up like, hey, money for Lattice. Hello. It just kind of feel like it's great for the whale, I guess, but it doesn't keep the players around for long for like a new event. event.
Yeah, I mean, they're good at calling non-events events. Anyone, you got anything on that, Semel? Dupe event?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as Sean. I actually thought that the event was kind of just strange, or just straight up pulling for dupes and then getting rewarded. I thought it'd be like an event where, like he said, like you play with the character, and I thought like because the game's like 3D, and I know a lot of people probably forgot about like story mode because it's been a while. I thought you'd like walk around with like the character model of Plume, do some quests and get rewards, and I think that'd be like a really cool thing to get rewarded for. But just having like an event where you just pull for dupes and get it, and it's not even like forever, right? It's only during her banner duration.
Yeah.
It's not even for like if you get her later. It's just kind of weird. I really hope it's either permanent, so if you get dupes in the future for supports that don't really need the dupes, you get like a reward. Or yeah, like they add like a side story event where you could play through the characters and like kind of understand the lore would be a lot cooler than this type of event. But yeah, that's my personal take.
Actually, that's a great idea. That would be way better of a way to utilize the overworld than having it must do in Ember Trek. Like, that would be like a much more enjoyable way to experience that overworld than the mundaneness of the Ember Trek. But Barcode, I want to hear your thoughts on my line of thinking. I don't know if this is the way it'll go, but with that type of dupe event, for LD units, it's complete just a whale event. Like, there's no way as a free-to-play I'm going to participate at all. But if they continue that for RGB events, would you like then, because my view is if they do this for RGB units, now I just skip a bunch of them, wait for one that looks absolutely cracked, then I pull for dupes and I get free Lattice. So even as free-to-play or budget, now you have a way to make a really competitive unit in the game, but you just have to miss out on the other ones, because collecting every unit in this game, you pretty much can do it, but it feels like they're all useless because you're not going to get around to building them all. So I think it puts it into perspective that now you can just save more summons, skip more banners, and then go really deep investment into one unit every 2 months as opposed to trying to just grab every unit.
Yeah, I mean, how many summons they give out a month? Like a ton.
It's ridiculous.
And you can't. And you can't build every SSR up. Like, I mean, I build every R unit just to have an extra max skilled animus, right? So, like, I mean, right now, like the summons I have 99, and I haven't summoned. I don't summon on a permanent summon anymore. I used to 100% of the time, all the time, to get all the SSRs that I had. And then when I beat all the PvE content, it's like, well, I don't really need anything else right now. I could focus on PvP. Like I don't need the summon, so I just save for any RGB banner that comes up, get the 80 pity, and if they have an event like this for RGB, then I might think about not getting, I'm saving up exactly for 8, 16, like 240, 300 summons, and then get the max dupe for the event.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, I think it will be interesting. I just hope that if they're going to keep running this on LD units, I hope they keep running it on RGBs so that... Yeah. And it's one of those weird ones because I feel like light spenders are the people that I don't know, because I feel like Giga Whales, they just get everything. So any bonus is a bonus way for them to get more lattices like this event. For free to play myself, it's just like I ain't going to complain because... I don't spend. So if they put that in for RGBs and I can get one unit every once in a while and get some extra free lattices when I go for dupes and I get a really good character, like I'm happy with that personally. But I feel like it's those in-between spenders that could feel affected either way by that. But anyone in that range, I know Sean's a Giga Whale. Anyone else a light spender?
Well, as an ex-Giga Whale, I just want to say real quick, can I get some retroactive kickback for my 5 out of 5 Yelly and Lilium? Like maybe some lattice in my pocket?
Oh, yeah, no, dude, that's
in all seriousness, I'm okay with it. Now that I am free to play, newly converted, Falling Vulcan and Barcode here, I only pulled one copy. The event's okay. I would like to see what the fellow guys were talking about, where a lot of other games have just incentive to level the character to 60, maybe, get some kickback for upgrading the prowess, the outpost materials. And then if they want to have the lattice stuff for whales too, that's fine. But add a little more to make people just want to build her in general.
Yep, definitely. Anyone else want to add anything else onto that?
I think it's more like a rebate program for their character, pretty much anyway. Like they have like that 5% discount in the shop that someone told me that they took it away. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't spend money anyway. So I think it's more like a rebate for whale who are spending a lot of money. They feel better when they spend money, but it's also another way for them to make less money in general. Like, oh, I have to buy less Lattice for my LD SSR now. So I'm not sure if that's like a good economic move for them, seeing that they're not really making money anyway, in a way as well.
Yeah, I mean, I got no idea how it'll balance out, but yeah, it's something interesting, and I mean, I'll make use of it if it keeps going on RGBs, but otherwise, we'll just wait and see how it goes. Now, how are we feeling in general about the general state of the game? I'll kick it off to Samuel for this one to start off. What's your general vibes?
Well, I think right now it just feels kind of very grindy. Not like in the sense that you have to spend a lot of time, but
Oh, I think I lost him. Did you guys lose him?
everyone here is probably, and everyone watching probably has like, hello?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. You just cut out for a sec. It's all good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I was saying, like, basically, I think everyone has like a certain shell that they're farming in mines every single day, and then like with the RNG in the game in terms of like farming shells and stuff like that, I think like people, and I think all of us are just getting kind of tired, I guess, because you're kind of just waiting for it to drop, because a lot of the characters in the game, even if you can use them on many different shelves, there's like that one setup that is really good, and not being able to use that setup just feels bad if you get bad RNG. So I think like definitely like a lot of people talk about the RNG factors in the game, but I do still think like the biggest one being like shells and stuff like that really needs to be cut down, and then maybe it wouldn't feel as much of a grind. But yeah, that's like the biggest thing for me. It's just like the shell system just kind of burns me out personally. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people probably feel the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure everyone's got that one shell. Like, let me know if your guys, because mine is a Bramble Bloodbath Coloss Guard artisan that I want for my max duped bloody Rahu, and I have farmed Nico Nana beyond what is reasonable, and I just cannot get the thing. It is doing my head in. Is there anything that you guys are desperate for but you can't get?
Well, I have the shell you wanted, Vulcan, and I just got I got finally the Bulwark Bloodbath Jackal Guard. Swift Smite, was trying to get that for a long time, but recently got it, so I'm okay. But yeah, Barco, what were you saying?
I still have never, ever gotten a Supernova 3 Matrix shell.
Wait, not a single one?
I don't really need it, but I just want it now. Like I'm just farming Inferno Sharon, just to get one. I've never got one ever.
But you've gotten a bunch of the others.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude, yeah. That was like when I got to farming. This was way back in the day. I was farming Aurora Inferno, and I got 11 of the Coloss Guards before I got one Swift Smite.
I actually, Swift Smite is my epitome of shells. Like I can't ever get one, and I can't get one above +6 speed.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's crazy. What about you, Sean? You've probably got them all because, you get kickbacks and stuff, don't you?
I think ever since I cleared Rango, like, I don't know, 2 months ago, I've been looking for that one Swift Bulwark Swift something for Codex, and I got none. And I have so many of the other Codex, but I just don't have that exact one. And now I have to farm the new dungeon, which means I'm saying goodbye to Rango. So the new dungeon is gonna take like, I don't know, three more months for me to get what I really want from the exact combination. So that's gonna suck. I think from someone who play summon as well for like 10 years and farm the same shit and probably like triple the amount every day in that game. I think farming in this game doesn't give you that that side grade, because everyone's looking for that exact upgrade for everything, like more speed or the exact combination. But it's for the entire day that I farm in Shell, you never really get that that usable piece. Like in Summoners, you get like a shitty rune, but it's not like top tier, but you can still use it for other content. It would just drop. And then, but here is like, you either get the exact thing or you just don't really care about what you are getting because maybe you have completed your PvE farming team and now you're just looking for that min-maxing. But it's just like zero small upgrade on the other department when you farm. Just feel kind of pointless for the entire day if you don't get anything, of course.
It's kind of like what you're getting is the recycled materials so that you can reroll other shells. I think I was saying this to Samuel before we recorded that the thing with like gear and stuff in games is like you can get a gear, you can make the right set. It might not have the greatest substats and stuff, but at least it's the gear and then you can upgrade from there. The problem with shells is you either you can either make the set of the 3 matrix bonuses you want or you can't. There's no upgrading it. It's just like you either have it or you don't, and it's that all or nothing. You have it or you don't. It's just that's the little bit frustrating thing. And like we said, everyone's got that one shell that they're just trying to get, and you just can't get it. That puts me into a tangent. What do we think about the new shells?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, we'll kick it off with you then, Barcode.
Well, I really want the Sword 7, and it's just for a specific PvP comp that I want to use. So I want to bring back Speed Cleave, and I really want to use my boy Jason Bourne. So what I want to do is use Plume as the fastest on Bulwark, with Freya on Bulwark, with Obel on Bulwark, and then Jason Bourne on Bulwark. Just everybody just super fast.
Yep.
Put Sword 7 on Bourne, and he's going to have obviously max attack, defense down from Bloom. They're going to be controlled.
The additional damage ramp thing. And the crazy thing is with that is like with Plume and bloody Freya, now you've got extra pushback as well on top of that. So you're stripping, death breaking, putting her other debuff on, resistance downing, and pushing them back by like, what's that end up being, like 16% or some shit? No, 12%?
Yep.
All in one skill. Like if you have that combo, then you just boost again, which is crazy.
And Obel with his stun.
Yeah, three. If you land 3 dots and a stun,
right? Yeah,
it's just infinite push.
So, yep,
that's a sick combo. How about you guys? Any other? Which one of the shells you guys like or want to test?
The Tiger
Yin. Yeah, you go.
Right, Sean, is just the White Fang. So speaking of the shells we haven't gotten like a Fury Edge White Fang. Is it the Count? Yeah, the Count. I haven't seen a good one yet, of course. So Tiger Yin would be an upgrade, but for PvP, I'm actually kind of looking at the Reaper Steps. The one that does the whenever you resist, you get some turn meter. Now the sad fact is though, effect resist is kind of not great in this game. But I think if you can stack a bunch, and apparently has a cool interaction where if you're like immune and you still resist, you also get that turn meter. So I think there's a lot of potential for that for like bruiser players. But Sean, what do you think about besides Tiger Yin?
Yeah, I think Tiger Yin is a new shell that either allow you to do big damage in the first hit, right? So things like Lilium's gonna do like boom, big damage immediately. And the shell combination, I think, is exactly what those people who build the DPS with Bulwark are looking for, Bulwark Bloodbath are looking for, because in the past they gotta like mix some weird ass shit, but now they have the exact thing that they're looking for. So they're gonna be farming the Tiger Yin to get that Fury Edge Bloodbath Bulwark build so that they can be tanky, they don't die, hard to CC them, that kind of thing.
Do you think Reaper Steps is going to be, you know how Lilium is immune to like CC and like, you know, and all that stuff. Was that does that work on Lilium?
Probably, yeah.
I think so, because if immunity
That's a really
works,
good thought.
I haven't tested it, but the thing is, I don't know if we'd want to run that on Lilium. I feel like she needs some damage, but that could be a cool interaction.
Right.
Yeah, more of a bruiser type build. That'd be an interesting one to see. But yeah, like the resistance thing it's so awkward, the resistance in this game, because like you play other games. I think Summoners War's got the 15 innate. I know Raid's only got a 3% innate chance to land or resist, but the resistance formula is so much different, where if they've got enough resistance, you basically have to rely on that minimum chance. Where in this game, if you've got 100% activation, at best with as much resistance you can stack with them having 0 accuracy, they've still got a 50% chance to land it. So it does feel bad, but speaking to guys like Bread and stuff, like the high resistance builds is something they've already been using in the higher ranks anyway. So I guess it's going to get you across the line. I guess you got to just play with the lower odds of making it work type thing. But I guess it will add to that sort of stuff. How about you, Samuel? Anything on the shells?
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off what you said, like the high resistance stuff, it's actually pretty good. It's just like there's still like all that RNG shenanigans you have to deal with. But yeah, it does get you across the line in like I'd say like 7 or 8 out of 10 times, but it just doesn't feel good when you get CC'd. So I think like yeah, resistance definitely feels weird in this game. But in terms of the shells, when I was actually looking at them, I kind of noticed that they kind of tried to make the shells like one for each play style. Like you have for sword, like control players, Ouroboros for like tank players, Tigeryan for like the cleave players out there, and like Reaper steps to kind of deal with like the community woes with control. I don't really personally think any of them are like super strong. The one I think is pretty good because I play like a bruiser tank down styles like Ouroboros, especially on like just very slow battles. But for like Reaper steps, even though I know some people have tried it, it doesn't really actually like fix the problem, right? Because it activates when you resist, it doesn't really help you resist. So I don't really think that it changes too much in terms of CC. I actually thought that if they like released a shell like this kind of type, that would have like an effect like Dark Moon, where you have like an FRES buff at the start of battle or something, and then you have the extra effect where like if you resist, then you can get turn meter pushed. So I don't really think the shells themselves are like super powerful or like on par with like stuff like Jackal Guard and stuff like that, because they seem pretty niche. Whereas like if you're farming like Shadow Flame Hoyan, you're getting Jackal Guards, which can be used on so many different characters. Codex is used on so many different characters, while these shells are kind of more specific. So I don't really think it's like the most important boss to farm right now, honestly.
Yeah, what are you going to be farming? Actually, this is one we can go around the table and see what everyone's going to be farming. What are you going to be farming at the moment, Samuel?
For me, I think it's still gonna be Shadow Flame Hoyan, mostly for Jackal Guard, Nico Nana as well. I think Gigabyte is just like kind of overtuned, honestly, because like even though Reaper Step seems good versus CC, it like stores up its turns while you're CC, which is really strong. And yeah, mainly like anything but Chloros, because I don't really think the shells right now, because obviously we haven't tested it too much yet, seem that game changing at the moment.
Yeah, you, Sean?
I think it's pretty much a shell overall, and I might just be farming the new boss just to get like one of each shell, not even like optimal combination, because not like you're getting upgrade on your existing shell anyway. So what I do just like build new shell for fun, pretty much. Like you have so much training data, what are you gonna do with that? So I just like look around my shell inventory, like, oh, that looks like a fun combination. I'm just gonna build that up and let it stay there until I feel like I can actually optimize the shell. But I like to actually just jump around different shell at this point, because I'm so bored of like I do like 10 refreshes in Rango and get absolutely dog shit. So I just run around like 3 here, Sharon, 3 in Rango, 3 in whatever, just so I can feel any excitement left. Like
I do the exact same thing. I just like one day I get up and I'm like, let's just slap it on that one and see if the luck comes through on that. Yeah. How about you, Carl?
I'll probably do Chloros just for the content and testing things out. There are some stuff I'm looking at there, but just like Sean was saying, I've been doing the same thing. I'll do like maybe like not 3-3-3 though, Sean. That's crazy. I'll do like a 10 run of a Sharon, then I'll jump over to Rango to try to get that one missing shell that I need. But I think for now I'll spend a lot of time in Chloros.
Yeah. And Barcode?
I actually stepped away from shells. I'm just farming Aurora. I'm focused on PvP 100% right now. Like I want a little bit more bloodbath. I want really bulwark shells. Like my main animus right now that I actually just skilled up her S1 was Freya, and I think Freya is one of the best supports in the game, and especially with bulwark, obviously on your whole team, it's hard to cut her, and I just need better mods, really.
Yeah, well, that actually leads me on to another topic. I've been saying this since basically the first 2x event. I think they just need to add shells into the 2x event so you can farm whatever you want whenever you want. Like it just feels so. It's not fun to be like, okay, if you want to play and not feel like you're wasting your energy, you need to farm shells all the time, except for this 2-day period, which I was on fucking holidays and I missed out on the 4x drops. I did like 10 refills or something. And it's like, this is such a dumb system. Like, at least put shells into it so that you can farm whatever you want without feeling bad. Does anyone have any other ideas in terms of like the 2x event and stuff like that?
I come playing other games. I feel like there's always like a big event every week, every weekend, and with another event too. I don't feel like there's enough events in this game, to be honest. Like there's the limited events, yeah, the challenges, whatever. But there's not enough like 7-day, 14-day events. I mean, Sean knows for sure. Summoner's War, like it was just like 14-day events. Everybody gets pretty much everything. If you get enticed to log in, do the daily things, and you get rewarded for it. That's how you keep your player base. And there's just not enough events. But like, I'm glad they added Fridays to the bonus weekend, because it was that just Saturday, Sunday, 2-day thing. In the beta, it was 3 days, if y'all remember that. But like, they changed it to 2. They added Fridays back, which was great, especially for
in the beta. It was like one thing each day, though.
That's true. Yes, it was one thing each day. I honestly feel like one weekend should be thresholds. One weekend should be, Grim Pursuit. One weekend should be whatever. Like I would rather them spread it out. To be honest, have Grim Pursuit for 3 days, then thresholds for 3 days, and then whatever.
Yeah. What about you
I
boys?
think that might be giving us too much, though, if it was too separate. I like Vulcan's idea where you add some shells in so you can choose, because right now you are kind of corralled. I was going to ask you this, Barcode, before we kind of segued into what exactly we're talking about. You feel pressured to do the farm nothing but shells until that once a month 2x event. So then that's when you get all of your module farming in. This would just kind of let us have freedom to get where we want, what we want when we, need it. But you were talking about the Friday. That was such a good addition. And the 4 times, just a little kudos to Etheria, because that I had to do like 14-hour streams the first time it came out. And this time around, I think like it was so much more relaxing. 3 days, 4x of the continuous battle, whatever, made it a lot easier at least.
Plus everyone's
4X.
got faster teams too, which helps like a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like I was just spewing, I was on holidays and I completely forgot. Like I'm in holiday mode and I was just like, oh shit. Like that just killed me. But the 4x huge.
The 4x was huge. Like the 4x, like, because we're all saving capsules. Like we had what 50, 60 by the time a ×2 event comes along. And then you got, depending on your speed times for your dungeon clears, like you have to be farming all day. So with the ×4, it was just such a huge addition.
Yeah. What about you, Sean?
I think for me personally, the game is very weekend focused. Like guild PvP weekends, RTA. If you don't want to like do the actual RTA, you do Fearless weekend, Arena weekend, 4x weekend. It's always there's gonna be that weekend play. But from Monday to Friday, it's like just gonna farm a little bit here, get absolutely nothing, and forget about it. I think there need to be things to do during the weekdays, because coming from Summoners War, you have stuff to sort of do in between your farming during the weekdays. You feel like you're playing the game and not just like mindlessly logging back in and do your chores, because there's something to look forward to during the weekdays to like play for like 15-20 minutes of like a guild PvP or whatever. I think that'll be a bit more exciting, because right now from Monday to Friday is like you're just logging in and just like do your chores and just leave. If you're lucky, then you feel good, like you can upgrade. But if you don't, then it's like 5 days of not really anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Fearless Arena too on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, the grind. Weekend. How about you, Samuel?
Yeah.
Is he gone? Try again.
Hello?
Gotcha.
Hello.
You must be out in the sticks, mate.
I don't know what's going on. Someone's downloading my Wi-Fi, but as I was saying, like I agree with Sean. It's kind of like really weekend focused, and it just feels really bad because most people are busy on the weekends. And like I know from the first 2x event, like it was really awkward because I was at a family outing and I'm like checking my phone like every 30 minutes, restarting the runs. So, I really hope that they kind of make it so it's not like the meta is to just hold all your stabilizers for every like 2x event, which is once a month or once every 6 weeks, and then spend it all and just, having to call out that weekend because, oh, I got to farm on a video game, guys. Like, it just feels really weird. And when you don't get like rewarded for it at all, it's like, wow, that was like an entire waste of a weekend because there's a lot of RNG. And even while you're farming on the weekend for like the modules during 2x, in the back of your mind, you're always thinking, man, I really want to be farming the shell, right? So I think they really do need to add like a shell 2x, shell crafting, something. Just because like right now everyone's doing the same thing, right? You just farm shells permanently, 2x comes, farm modules, and then repeat. And then on the weekdays, you're kind of just doing nothing. So
yeah,
it's my personal take.
You farm those modules, you speed check everything, and then you back down to 0 Etheria coin and you didn't get a single upgrade. Is that just me? Like, I literally, I do the farming, I do speed checks, I get nothing, and I'm like, wow, I got absolutely nothing out of that entire thing. Does anyone else get that feeling, or is that just me?
No,
to be honest,
I don't even look until
farming,
at the very end. Go ahead, John.
I think farming module feels way better than farming shell because if you farm the entire double drop and you speed check, you gotta come across like a random shit piece that's like, oh, I got a 15 speed harvest. It's not like the best, like not my DPS doesn't need that much speed, but it will go onto my Lily, and my Lily is now 3 speed faster. It's like, great, I get a side grade. It's not exactly like Time Weave or Bulwark or like the things I really want, but it is something. And then my other unit get a 5 speed upgrade, 3 speed upgrade via whatever small little bit of shit that I get. It might not be like a top speed upgrade, but it's like a side speed upgrade. It's still better feeling that shell though.
Yeah, because you can always, and like you might get that piece that maybe it doesn't roll speed, but it's like go crit rate, crit damage, attack percent. Like, you get like a really nice piece or something that you can roll up and maybe get a little bit of an upgrade. But yeah, I just find, I just still think this was what I was saying to them back in beta. It's just like that early like +3, +6 upgrade is just so damn expensive compared to other games that like speed checking is just ridiculously expensive in this game. And
yeah, one other thing to add on to that, the substats in this game, we were talking about games like Summoner's War. I come from a game called Epic 7, and the substat ranges are much higher. And so in this game, you're kind of incentivized to chase after the speed because that gives you the most bang for your buck. When you have like a 2% increase on like a different stat, it just doesn't seem worthwhile. And I think that's one of the issues. You feel like you don't get an actual upgrade when you just roll all these pieces after the 2x event.
100%, yeah. And it's also got the different upgrading system as well, where, two substats, it's like that's just instant scrap no matter what it is at this point for just about everyone. Whereas like in those games where they upgrade first, it's like those 2 substats, if they were good substats, that can become a really good piece for your account. But this one, like you're sort of forced into that checking, and then you burn through an absolute ton trying to do so. Now, anyone else want to add on to that?
Speaking of module, what do you guys think about the new amazing module essence shop that we got? That you can check a whole lot more for $500 per month. It's pretty worth,
Sean, you're talking to 3 free-to-plays. I'm a reform free-to-play. That's all you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are just losing out, honestly. Like, what are you doing,
but
bro?
didn't you see the nice little login thing where they gave us 100 points for it?
Yeah,
like that was huge. Like after 3 more events, you'll be able to buy 1 random piece. Like that's pretty big.
But I think the one thing that I talked to Jack before the game launch, I was making a funny comment that, hey, Jack, I'm not hoping to see a pay-to-win module packs when the game launches. He's like, nah, Sean, don't worry about it. We're not adding that pay-to-win shit. Voila. Getting there, Jack. It's getting there.
I mean, at this point, it is like for me, it's like anything pay to win. Like I said, it's a bit awkward as a free to play player because I'm just like, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, paid players are always going to have an advantage. And it's like, if they can buy an extra module when they can like infinitely refresh, like I've stopped max refreshing. Like some days I'll do max, some days I won't do any. But it's like they're going to be ahead anyway. Like it is what it is for me. I don't sort of stress about the pay to win gap between free to play. But backtracking to the 2x event, I feel like a problem they have is people having too many summons and too many gems saved up. And why not have what Summoners War has? Raid has it. I'm pretty sure Epic 7 would have it too, where you can just buy a 2x booster in the shop for a set amount of gems, and then you just get your 2x to go there, and then you can just do it whenever you want. And like they could make it expensive, like make it 1,000 gems. You know what I mean? So it may seem stupid, but then you can actually just do it if you miss out or you want to do it, or you know what I mean? Something like that. Because I feel like Summoner's War, how much does it cost to get a 2x booster? It's like a 24-hour booster, isn't it?
They only have 2x for the worst part to farm the game, which is the EXP part for the longest time. So I actually only want to get a 2x for EXP or progress, so I can feel less like an idiot farming that thing outside of 2x when I get a new unit. And I think the module in the shell can be like what it is right now, you know? Like 200 gem for like a 2x for EXP for like a day. You know, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, the problem is you get like, I feel like the first 2x event I got a ridiculous amount of summons. Since then, I feel like the summon rate has definitely. I'm not saying it, but it doesn't feel as great, does it? Like I was so pumped on that first 2x. I was like, dude, I spent like 15 refills in this thing and got about 20 summons. I'm like, this is sick. I went back the next time like, hey, something ain't right here. Like this ain't mathed out.
I feel like you're talking specifically to me because I literally posted a video and I was like, I'm farming investigation. This whole, I think it was the third bonus weekend, because I was like, I got a ton of summons, like, and there was a new banner coming up, which I think it was, I can't remember
the Wishbinder thing.
I
think you wanted to farm for the Wishbinder.
Oh, the Wishbinder event.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was like, okay, I'm farming this nonstop. And then I'm farming it, and I'm like, man, I've got like 12 summons from this out of like 3,000 energy or something, And I'm like, well, I'm a man of my word, so I'm gonna keep farming investigation for the rest of the day just to see how much. But yeah, I definitely ninja nerfed in my opinion. But
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Any other topics that you guys had coming in here that were really pressing? I feel like Sean B's always got a couple.
Hold up. There gotta be. I don't know. We can talk about like PvP meta change, because like I think Cleave and CC is like way stronger now, and they're definitely back. And what does a Bruiser player feel about that, Samuel?
Yeah, basically, like, honestly, I think Messiah is broken. I'll just say this right now. And with Plume, like, in the meta now, like, I can't ban Messiah, right? So it's like I'm picking my poison at this point, and it definitely feels like Cleave and CC is really good. I don't think it's like super broken, honestly, because you can always like pick around it. But I think it's good that they're making more playstyles strong, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing Bruiser since like I guess like July. And I sometimes when I'm playing RTA, I just press auto for like the first 5 minutes, because no matter how much damage you do, it just gets healed. And then I come back and I'm like, okay, now it's time to start playing when it's like turn like 60, when it's Etheria effect like 3. So I'm kind of happy about this, I die faster, obviously, but it's like, thank God I don't have to sit here for like 15 minutes playing now. But I think the meta is really good, and obviously, there's some like outliers with some units like Tiamat, Plume, for example, and my number one Messiah. But I think it's like actually in a good state. It's very nice to see like a lot of different playstyles being played again.
Yeah, like
just to add on to that, I'm also a Bruiser player, and the amount of Bruiser versus Bruiser matchups like a week ago, it was insane. It makes you just not want to play. If you were a Bruiser player originally, though, it felt bad having to fight other Bruiser players. Like Samul said, I had a guy lock in like 3 healers plus a Veronica. I just pressed auto, watched a video with the stream, and we came back, and that's how a lot of games went. But now that Cleave and Control, I think Sean was mentioning they're really strong. I'm actually glad they didn't nerf the Bloodbath that a lot of people wanted. It kind of felt like the Revelation thing, when Revelation was popping off with Cleave, and a lot of people wanted to jump the gun a bit, tone it down way too much. And now Bloodbath is actually going to be, I think, okay with units like Plume coming out, with Messiah being so strong. It's actually the healers that I think were a little bit too powerful for Bruisers. So I think it's actually a good thing that we didn't do too many like shotgun changes in the midseason.
Yeah, definitely. Because I also play Bruiser, like, because Tiamat was my favorite. I finally used my selector on Tiamat because I've been holding that forever. And so I built her now. I mainly use her, Rahu, and Lilium. Those are like my main 3 DPS. And then I've obviously got all the healers. And like, I quit playing RTA except for is it Fearless on the weekends? Because it was just like the games were not fun. I didn't realize there was a decay system either. So I was in Plat 3 and then I came back and I was in Gold 2 and I'm like, what the fuck happened there? So I just completely...
Did you track how long it took, Vulcan?
No, it was probably... I can look at my record and find out how many days between, but I think it was about 15 days.
Yeah, get back to me on that because it says 5 in game, but it's more than 10 or it's around 10 or more. So if you
it was Plat 3 down to Gold 2. So I don't know when it started or whatever, but yeah, it's got the decay system. And then I just came back yesterday and started grinding through some games back up to Plat 3. And it was so much more fun playing a lot more of there was a lot more cleave. Like I pretty much every fight after Plume came out, there was a Plume in there. And it was just more exciting. Like I like playing Bruiser when it's not the meta. And so I'm pretty happy about the balancing so far. Obviously, we could wait and see, and someone finds out. It's kind of like, remember when no one thought about Revelation using it on supports and stuff, and then all of a sudden, like, I remember seeing that one video of a guy using a Freya, and it's like, the Freya did 50% of my health to all my characters, and she's a support. It's like, that was crazy. So there's always something else that can come out, but it does feel a lot better jumping into RTA at the moment. How about you, Barcode, from a free-to-play standpoint?
Oh man, there's so much, man. Like I think the biggest thing for me is I don't know. Like I'm in this point in the game where all I'm focused on is PvP. So like all the drama with new characters coming out, it's like, oh, this it's gonna nerf. Like I didn't even care about like the counterattack stuff because I'm just focused in on my game. You know, like that's how it is. Vulcan is free to play. Like we can only use
you do what you can with what you have.
One.
Yeah.
Right. So and that's what I do. So I'm just focused in on my own little world, kind of. I think the only thing for me is that damn module essence shop. Why don't they add those things to like
Sean's loving that
or something, man? Like I just like, what is the point of the shop at all? Like
to make money.
They should just sell it. Just have a price tag on it because that's all it is. Just every single item in that shop. I hate that shop. I can't stand it. But again, I'm free to play, so I really cannot complain, can I? No.
Yeah. Now, when I passed it off to you, I was more talking about RTA and your thoughts on RTA at the moment. But Sean's real glad that you mentioned the shop, though.
I know. So RTA wise, I have a bruiser team. Obviously, it's the most common ones, but like, now that I'm in Diamond, I get the ban phase and all that. Like I didn't really push RTA too much until now. It's hard for me because it's either they pick Holden or they pick Rahul, which Rahul was by far one of my favorite. It used to be Holden my favorite, but Rahul was my favorite for sure. It's hard because if they pick one SSR out of my team comp, then I'm kind of screwed. Because they either, like in the ranks I'm in, they either pick Ling and Sanya or like
Ling
okay,
Fucho,
that's what I have. And fuck you. Fuchu, like I use and is on Bloodbath and like pretty decently built, but 0 lattice. So like I can use her, but it's hard for me. So that's why I go for more of the SR units right off the bat, or that I use a Hell Kid Revelation. I use Jason Bourne. I have to use these units because I know they're not going to pick them.
Yep. Yeah.
And Hell Kid Revelation. So my team right now that I use a lot is Freya, Kloss, hoping that they don't have Bulwark. But now that I have Plume, I'll just use Plume. So it's like Freya, Kloss, or Viper, and then Hell Kid and Jason Bourne. Because I know that they're not picking Hell Kid or Bourne, and that's my best bet. And I have been doing pretty decent so far, especially with Hell Kid on Revelation. Yeah,
that's the thing is free to play. It's like it's kind of the depth of roster that gets painful because like up until yesterday, I only had Rahu and Lilium properly built as DPS options, and then I had back in the day, I built up my Hoyan, but she kind of dropped off. But actually, she's worked really well for me yesterday in a couple games because that cleave's coming back. And those were my only 3 options. Now I got the Tiamat, and then I had the 3 healers, and then Lily and Doki. And like that's everything I have. And like you get counterpicked out of the game straight away in some games. It's like they pick my 2 DPS. It's like, oh, I'll quit before we even start.
Yeah, it's hard when like that's why I never built Lily. I had her for a long time, and that's just I played hard mode. But like everybody picks Lily or they pick Doki Doki, which is the bane of my existence for a CC team, and then it's just I know what I can't. I can't focus on people that are most common animus is pretty much. So I try to just work with what I got.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're coming up onto 50 minutes. Anyone else have a topic they want to cover, or I'll release you guys from this one?
I have one. If I may.
Yeah, go man, go.
Yeah.
Can we let's discuss about the Lattice situation. I think a lot of people are still upset about Lattice, and I think it's a good topic to talk about.
Yeah, 100%. I saw Barcode's video. I think it was Sean linked it to me. Sean messaged me. He's like, sent me your video, and he goes, "You're the problem." And I'm like, "Get out!" And so I watched it, and you're right. Like if they had the reset, it would completely like a monthly reset or something, or every patch it would fix it. But they're not going to do that because that would cost them more than giving like 1 or 2 extra lattices, because they want you to have that investment that's dead. So you really want to chase the other. You know what I mean? Like
in a business standpoint, I understand every single thing that they're doing. That's why I'm so busy all the time. I can't do videos every single day because I run a business. So like business side of it, I totally get it. Why do you think they have this dupe event? It's for people to spend and get dupes, right? So but you gotta think about quality of life. If people are happy with the game, like you're gonna get more players. You're gonna get free to play. I guarantee you, I'm going to spend on this game, and it's gonna be on some bald-headed skin or something for the character that you walk around, which I don't even care about. But I will buy it because it's bald. So like
game saved.
Right.
Put the bald skin in. Yeah.
All the free to play players, like I could spend if I want. This is a choice for me. But like a lot of free to play players, they get gift cards for Christmas. They end up not being free to play anymore. They will spend at some point. So you have like the whales are gonna whale regardless. So free to play will spend at some point. So you have to balance everything out.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have a solution when you came in with that one, Simul? Have you got a good idea for lattices? Because for me, this is a real hot take that I'll probably get flack for. But after playing Etheria for a while now, I've realized that compared to the other games like Summoners War, Epic 7, I play Raid, it's like those games. Well, I don't know where Summoners War at because I haven't played it in ages, but with Raid specifically, like you don't get characters. You don't get all the characters. The chance of you getting the one specific character you're looking at is so damn low that it's ridiculous. But you always feel like you've got enough resources to build something when you get it. So when you pull something, it's kind of exciting. It's like, oh, there's something that sort of identifies my account, and now I can build it and have fun with it. Whereas Etheria, it's like kind of like you get everything, but then you just feel like, oh, well, I got it, but I don't get to have fun with it. So it's that weird. I don't know whether I like the characters being the pay to win side more than the building of them being the pay to win side. What do you guys feel?
So I'm sure Car knows about this as well, but from like Epic 7, usually the strongest like nodes when you skill enhance aren't like the last ones. It's like in this game for supports, like all the cooldown reduction ones are on the last one. So you're kind of forced to max skills to actually get like the real value. So I think like what I would recommend the devs to do is probably like put the cooldown reduction a little bit earlier down the tree. So for supports, you don't really have to feel like you have to invest into much. And like things like Lilium, I was very surprised when she was advertised as like that CC counter. And then you look at her skills and you don't actually counter what is it? The turn meter, is it? Or is it? Yeah, it's a turn meter, right?
Yeah,
until you max her S1. So I think like the Lattice situation is kind of like exaggerated, mostly because of the fact that you kind of have to just all in skills to actually get certain effects. You can't really like leave them at level 3, right?
Let me add on to Samul's thing. Such a good point. Not only that, the speed, guys. In other games like Epic 7, you don't get speed on your openers or your support units, anything, by having to put in those last, like the third or fourth lattice in. And so I think that plus the cooldown just makes it feel so much worse, because you can't even run some of these support characters in PvP if they need to go fast, if they need to open. You got to get the lattice on the speed upgrades there.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal, that. Sean?
I think for summoners, well, because we have the same system. It's actually even worse. We have less skill up material, and the skill up go fucking random. You don't even get to choose where you put your skill up. But it was never really a problem for like 10 years. I think mainly because in summoners, the roster for the SR and the R is so big at the start of the game that, all right, I can't build my 5-star unit, so whatever. I have like 20 other 4-star and 3-star unit to play with all the time to sort of keep me in the game until I build my 5-star character.
Nope.
So people never really care about like, oh, gotta build a new 5-star, because I don't have to. I'm not locked out of anything, because I get to play with the other things while I slowly build up all my rare things. And then when I get there, I get to combine the rare things with the SR and the R character. So because the Etheria restart follow the modern day gacha, where the roster for SR and R is so small, it's always like new SSR, and the SSR selection is so big that people don't really care about like the lower rarity. And the lower rarity is usually not the focus of the game, so not like as strong as well. You can see that they have lower speed, lower stat, all that stuff. So it's hard to compete with the whale SSR. So people feel like shit when they don't get to use SSR against SSR. When they use SRR, it's like obviously weaker. So they feel shit and they want to use SSR only. And I think that's like the modern gacha, where SSR is like the standard, and anything below is like the filler character, you know? But in Summoners, it was never like that. And people never really complain about a lack of skill up, even though it was a problem. It's just that it was never really obvious.
Yeah, I got
Sean.
I was going to
brings up a good. He brings up a good point. So like the Sky Arena Summoners War, there was a ton of. You could beat like Giants 10 when the game came out with
Shannon Bernard.
Shannon, Konamiya, Darian, Bernard, and like whatever, Bella Dion. It was just
no R character anyway.
Yeah, and right. So but there was a whole list of box of 4-star, 3-star heroes that you could beat like all PvE with. It was just slower runs.
And it was like if you built those 5 stars, it was actually going to slow your progression, because they weren't as suited to that dungeon progression as the free units. That's what I remember. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And skill ups weren't. Skill ups or probably Devilmons were rarer than this game. Like I think, like I remember, like free to play wise, Theomars was the first pick you had to do because of the element advantage, and like you would just slowly skill up Theomars because the skill up was random and you never know where it's going to go. The one good thing about that game was like your dupes that you summon and pull that actually gives you skill ups too. And I feel like they could probably implement this, or like in the summon shop, lower the lattice amount that you need or something, like make whales want to summon more, for one, spend money, bring up revenue, and then you could use those summon points for more skill ups in the shop.
Yeah, I just had to jump in, because when Sean was talking, I just thought of something that was specifically for Barcode, because I feel like you will be with me on this one and you would have felt this. The hardest skill ups to get, the hardest lattices to get in Etheria Restart at the start of the game are the bloody blue lattices. It is ridiculous. Like, I want to build Vice. I want to build Red Kachi. I want to build my girl, what's her face? The blue chick. Fuck, I've forgotten her name.
Sybil.
Sybil, yeah. And I'm like,
yep, number 41.
I can only get 5 of these things per week from the arena shop, and 1 in the battle pass, unless I want to spend my summon shop currency on it. I was like, every game, the lowest rarity, you just like free skill them up. And I was just like, this is diabolical. Like, now it's not an issue because you've had time to collect them, but I feel like that would hit
but even
you
then,
hard.
Vulcan, we should still push to remove micro Lattice. I think they're so it's just such it's a time gating factor that's not making them any money, and it should just people should be able to build a like you said, a 2-star when you want. We should push to get that taken out.
Yep, Car, and let me tell you, I've built every R unit and maxed it out, and what am I going to buy micro lattice for now?
True.
They don't put out any more R units, you know. So what am I going to do? I don't know.
Yeah. Now, Samuel, you kicked off the lattice talk. What's your thought on lattices, and do you have any fixes?
Just make like the earlier nodes more impactful, I think. Obviously, they should give us more through events, I think. And what I want to see actually, and I mentioned it in some of my videos, is like with the hyperlink charter, I feel like instead of just Leanne, they should add like other characters that a lot of people use. Because like the lattice issue is like the biggest problem at the start of the game. It's even like purple lattice, right, for the SRs. So just giving us like a hyperlink charter for not just Leanne, but maybe like for Sonya, right, a very common unit, or like Viper, right, and you get like lattice for them to use would be a great thing to do. And then for the golden lattice, yeah, I think they just need to maybe up the amount you can kind of get from events. Maybe from floor 43 in Ember Check, give us the lattice as well instead of just a profile picture. Just slowly introduce a little bit more into the economy, because I think the problem with lattice is a little over exaggerated with the amount of golden lattice, but it's still a problem in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, how much lattice can like a spender get every month?
Well, I'm free to play, but from what I've heard from other people is from the shop, you can probably get maybe like 7 a month, 6 or 7 extra, I'd say, because there's one a
It's
week
4
and
per
then there's
week.
some events.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Huh. I mean, I feel like they should up that for spenders, but you know, whatever.
All right,
Yeah.
as a very light spender, I would recommend to sell maybe 4 lattice in one pack for $100. I'm just saying, like, why the fuck do I need to spend $100 for the summon and the lattice? And then because the packs goes like $30 for one, then $50 for one, and then $100 for one. Like what the fuck? Why do I have to spend $100 for the third pack for only one? Like it should be like $100 for 4, and like some goal or whatever shit, right?
I
So
think
spenders
it's
are
crazy.
You're trying to spend more money. That's what you're
Yeah,
trying
like
to
I
say,
want to
right?
let's say as a light spender to become a medium spender, they need to have packs that sell me more lattice so that I can build my, because I have Veronica, Lilith, Yelly sitting there that I will probably never build at this point, because how with what? Unless I dump $3 per month in the game, which probably won't. So I don't know. Like I want to build an old character because I feel like the meta could have been so much better before Plum if everyone would just be able to build more shit and build more things and use more things. But because it's so limited, and Brad come out with a video say, "Bruiser's the way, boys. Like just build these 4 Bruiser character, you good." So everyone build that because there's no way they're gonna build like the other things because nobody want to experiment. It's so limited. But I think the starting roster of the game was already pretty diverse with the stuff you can actually play with. It's just that nobody can play with shit. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, I think the problem
Can
they
I add
also
on to that?
yeah, go.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like what Sean was saying, like, yeah, it definitely feels like you're permanently playing catch up on lattices. Like, even if you spend on this game for lattice, you're just permanently playing catch up to build like older units. And when newer ones come out, you invest into them. Then you have to go back to your older units, but you can't because newer units are about to come out again. So it just feels really bad because you always have that unit in the back of your mind that you want to build, but you know that you really can't because you're just always in that mode of catch up mode with lattices and skill ups.
Yeah.
Monthly reset event.
Yeah, they never doing that. The problem is, I think the problem that they found is, like, compared to the competition games and stuff like that, is no one wants to buy summons in the game because you get so many for free. And so their only revenue, their only source of revenue is lattices. And so it makes me think like there's no way they're going to give more lattices for free because then they have no revenue because no one's going to buy anything. And so that's where I'm like kind of in the hope that if they run this dupe event with every character, maybe that will boost their revenue because people will spend to get those lattices and then they get the dupes as well, which then my copium take is that will make them be able to give more lattices in general because they'll be generating more revenue from people buying summons to do the dupe events. Is that in any way coherent, or does that make sense to anyone, or am I coping?
That's a perfect point. I was going to bring that up. The summons is what shot them in the foot. Summons are too generous. So you have all the characters, but you can't build them. I think we also need extra ways. Give them, if Lattice is truly like the bottleneck where they have to be stingy on that, sorry, that's where they make the most money, then add things like skins that aren't $50 backgrounds. Like, can we just get some cool character skins? I will buy all of them. Jack, you pull one out right now. If it's a bikini skin, I'll buy 3 of them. Okay, just to make a statement. Just have more revenue sources so we don't have to always be stingy on certain parts of the game, man.
It's so funny because every time I read skins in a patch notes, I just think of Sean B and I'm like, yeah, this ain't going to cut it, this recoloration. It's like, oh, I mean, they said they've got them coming, didn't they? I don't know. Yeah, I personally, I never give a shit about skins really, but yeah, it's crazy.
They're one of the best ways to monetize your game because as you guys like free-to-plays, right? And as an ex-free-to-play or ex-whale, now free-to-play, you have skins that just, they're just show off, right? They don't give stats as long as they keep them purely cosmetic. I think it's just one of the best ways.
Yeah, and
I will say, like, League of Legends like makes all their money from skins, and like, I think they missed out on like a huge opportunity from summer because summer's like honestly the best time to actually make skins to release where people will buy. So I think like skins are like the easiest way to monetize for like, especially a gacha game where a lot of people are pulling for just like cosmetics a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and even though the art is AI, like, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
The stupidest complaint in this game ever. I can't stand it. But this, like, we're looking at these characters all the time. Like, I would buy a skin. Like, I'd buy a skin and still say I'm free to play because I just bought a skin. It doesn't help my account. Like,
yeah.
I just had this conversation with another guy I know that plays the game, and he's like, look at Fortnite. Like, hate Fortnite too, but look at Fortnite. Free to play. All it is skins. That's it. And they just kill it. Like, it's easy revenue. And if it is AI art, then, well, that's easy to make, right?
Exactly. Just a couple little prompts and away you go. I think it's Summoner's War. I don't know if it's still like this, but I loved the Summoner's War skin system when it first came out. Because it was back when they gave the points to buy skins through RTA. And it took fucking forever. It like I'm talking to like, because I had the light Anubis, and the Anubis skin, the first Anubis skin they put out, looked so damn cool. And I'm not a skin person, but I was like, I have to have that. And so what they do with the skins was back then they'd put them up for a pack. You could just straight up buy the skins when they came out. Go nuts. Otherwise, they go into the shop and then you got to grind for like 2 months through RTA just to get a skin. The problem that Sean B always brings up, which is there's no reason to play RTA, do that exact system in this game where you get skin shop tickets. We've got to make the skins as well, obviously. But put them into RTA where you get a very minute amount. You can play all day and, that gives people a reason to grind for something that's cool because it feels rewarding. I don't know. That's just me because I still remember when I got my light Anubis skin and I was like, this is the fucking coolest thing ever. And I equipped it, walked into some raids and I'm like, hey boys, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So, I think that is a great model that I just thought about then and I absolutely loved it. But anything else? Any final topics you guys want to go through? I've held you here for over an hour.
I think you brought up a great point that we need to have a little more for RTA. I think, did you guys hint that Summoner's War has no... Sean, what's the deal? There's no RTA shop in Summoner's War? There's no reason to play it?
Dude, the RTA shop in Summoner's War is banger, bro. It's amazing.
Oh, it's good.
My peak was like 2,000 games per season because every day you get limited to play for 30 matches. Limited, I would love to play more sometimes. But you play every day, you get summon, which can be changed to something else in this game because summon is already free. You can change that to like coin, chips, whatever bullshit. And so every day I play RTA, I'm always grinding towards something for extra skin, extra summon, extra cosmetic for my like the main character walking around. That could work too. But there's always something to play to earn in Summoner's War. So it feels like I need to play RTA every day if I want to earn those things, which is very, very cool. So the RTA shop here is like super limited and like it refresh every 3 weeks. It's crazy. Like,
and you get your points in 10 games.
Getting the points even faster. I was like, what are you doing? You get your points faster. Like I play an hour and I'm done for the week. An hour. That is insane.
This is where maybe Samul and I are coming from a place that's has no RTA shop. So when I saw Etheria's RTA shop, it's actually really good. Now that being said, Epic 7 does have the skin thing that Vulcan brought up. So having skins from playing RTA, if they can add more replayability, get more people into RTA. Like I just got the mythic Lattice from RTA last week. I'm probably not going to play too much more. But yeah, more reasons would be just to grind every day. Like we were talking about, the weekends is where everyone wants to play. Fearless Arena, all the events and stuff. Have RTA is our end game, right? Etheria is catered as a kind of PvP esports game like Epic 7, like Summoner's War. So during the week, if we can make RTA much more fun, I think that's something to hammer home on.
I know we spoke about this earlier. Sorry, Sam, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, because we're talking about Epic 7 RTA. What do you think about like a draft mode in this type of game for Etheria? Do you think it'd be good?
Do you mean the draft queue, or do you mean more like the lunatic draft?
The mode where you pick out of like 3 pre-built units and you can choose
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's always fun.
That is really fun. The problem is Epic 7 didn't incentivize, just like we're talking about where RTA in this game, you guys Summoner's War coming are saying it's not as good. They didn't incentivize that one, Samul. So as long as Etheria does a good job of making people want to play it and have enough people queuing and have good rewards, I think it's a great system.
Yeah, so people don't know, it's like when you have to pick an RTA, you know, you have to choose your units. Instead, it gives you a selection of 3 pre-built units. So you can actually use units you don't have and they're all fully maxed out. So I think like having that in the game would be pretty cool for people that want to play PvP.
I think
free to play, right,
and-
Samuel?
yeah.
So if it
Yeah,
will
yeah.
really highlight like your drafting and you're on an even playing field for once. You can beat a Giga Whale as a free to play because it's all draft knowledge, character knowledge, and things like that.
It's one of those ones where from a business standpoint, you'd have to see the way they'd think about it, because they'd be like, oh, well, if they get them and they don't have to spend to get them, then we're not making revenue. But on the flip side, I feel like it could be like you test a character in that and you're like, man, I need to build that character. So that then could generate revenue. I don't know how, like you need to do research on that, but I'd be curious to say which way it goes. But Barcode, you were about to say something as well, man.
Yeah, I know we talked about it before we started this video, but Union War. Just add a second Union War, make the rewards better. Because I mean, Kai was talking about Endgame, like Union Guild Wars, man. Like that was hype. Like in every game I've ever played, it's like us versus them. I got people on the other Union commenting on videos, talking shit. You know, like that's half the fun of PvP. It's why I play these games for PvP, and I just wanted a second Union War and the rewards to be better.
Yeah. I feel like in general, like from my days in Summoners War back when it was 2 Guild Wars per day, that was like the funnest thing. You know, your union, like probably now everyone's on Discord, but back then we had like a line group and it was more simple. Like Summoners War was just like, you've got everyone's base. There's no fancy shit. It's just like, look at that one. That's the strongest one. Okay, mate, you've got to attack that. I think they've tried to make it a bit too convoluted. Whereas if there was just like 15 defenses laid out and just do your attacks, like it's just a lot cleaner and easier than trying to, you know, figure out the pathing and all that stuff, which isn't too advanced, but it's just another layer to it. And I just feel like it just didn't hit as well in this game as it did, like I said, when I was playing Summoners War. What about you, Sean? What do you reckon?
Dude, we need more Union War. I was about to say that as well. I thank you, Barco, for bringing that up, because I think they need to be like way simpler. Like how AI Arena is right now. Like your guildie needs to just set it up, and it'll be like that until you feel like you upgrade your shit, and then you change that so that you do a bit of battle throughout the week. And I think 3v3 is great because it's a different meta with bigger roster. It will be a different meta compared to all the PvP part of the game. And building the team for 3v3 is a little bit simpler because there are less unit, and the battle is always kind of shorter as well. So it's like a quick short battle that feels more impactful than you're doing your daily chore arena, because it has a bit of impact to your guild, so you feel more, there's a bit of stake to it. So it's more fun and exciting as well when you play guild PvP, even though it's not real time, it's not RTA, but it's still like a group effort thing. So it's exciting. It keeps people together, because I think one of the common thing I see in the main Discord now is like, I wake up, my guild's dead. 5 guys left, and then it's done. 6 guys left, it's done. The guild is literally like, boom, overnight dead. And it's very hard to recover from that. And there's no reason to keep people around in guild, because like It's one battle a week. Like I don't form relationship with my guildies whatsoever because we barely need to communicate whatsoever, right?
Yeah, I think expanding on that, you've just triggered me on something that I thought of and I think it's kind of goes through a lot of the game modes in Etheria is it doesn't feel rewarding. Because when you were saying that, I thought back to Summoner's War. Like Guild Wars were not just fun, but it was like, that's how you get your Ifrits. You know what I mean? If you get, and you like, it's a random one, so you get one of the elements. And if you get Theomars who can like ignore element, like that was such a huge get, but you had to grind it through Guild Wars. Yeah, and it just felt so rewarding getting that. And I feel like it's the same through most game modes in Etheria where you don't feel rewarded. It's like the guild boss in this system, you know, it's quick and easy, but it's like the wolves especially I find super tedious to even jump into. Like it's just annoying. Whereas like in Raid, for instance, they have their clan boss, and like making a good clan boss team is like your number one priority, because when you get to that, you got daily chances to get yourself sacred shards, which are like SR/SSR summons. You know, lattices, like you can get the gold lattices essentially from it and stuff like that. So like you feel rewarded for making progression in these things. Whereas I feel like it's just like, there's nothing like the general gameplay modes. It doesn't feel like there's that big reward at the end, like the Ifrit from Summoner's War, or, you know, your sacred shards, your legendary books and stuff like that. So that's something I would like to see.
Just a tip for anyone doing were you talking about the Phantom Theater Vulcan with the wolves?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? I don't know if this has been fixed, but for the past like week or two, you can jump in. If you get triple S, you just yield out immediately, and they'll send you the stuff in the mail, so you don't have to wait there and sit there for 5-10 minutes.
Oh, as soon as you hit triple S, you just exit.
No, even before, like just assuming you have a good enough team to get triple S, it'll calculate it. As soon as you press start, you yield out, and I've been collecting it in the mail about a few minutes later, right? It takes 2 to 3 business days in minutes, and then you get it in your mail.
Bro, I didn't even know that. How did I know? That is a lifesaver, yeah.
Hopefully they don't fix that. I don't know if it's a bug or not.
Yeah, that's huge.
One person has to stay in the lobby. So if you exit out and the other guy exit out, I'm pretty sure no one gets the rewards.
Oh, okay. Maybe keep that on the down low.
Yeah, hey, I'll edit that out. Don't worry, boys.
Another 50-50 system.
Oh my god. Can I just say that's like, no, I was going to say, I think that's pretty much it. I just had a brain fart for a second. But anyone else have anything else?
I think we had this conversation with Jack, you, me, Vulcan, and Genazad a while back. And I think one thing that he said that, believe me, guys, economy will be fixed in, I don't know how the fuck long. And we were laughing about it. And we said, you know what? It might be fixed in a couple months. Will we be here in a couple months? I don't know. And we are still here in a couple months. And the economy is somewhat fixed, to be honest. Like, we have coin, we have training data. I mean, chip is limited, but you can farm like 500 to 800 per day. It's just that the economy is fixed, but the people that you have to drop off along the way to get to the fixed point is pretty heavy, I would say. And I'm not sure if the economy is gonna be like that for a long time, because if it takes this long to be fixed, I think it's gonna suck for like new player experience, because you go in, you're gonna experience the same shit that we have all been through for weeks and months. And I wonder if they're gonna ever do anything about that.
Especially with the sand launch. Like, the most diabolical thing to me was like, we don't want the Etheria coin to feel like worthless and you swimming in it. I'm like, that's all I want it to feel like. Are you kidding me? Like, since when is that a bad thing? Like, just let me upgrade shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I'd be surprised if they didn't try and do a fix for sand launch, because I feel like this is their like, you know, beta's over now. They're going into the global launch. They've got to keep those new players that they get. Otherwise, like, where they're getting revenue from.
Well, I think they already have the fix, right? Or at least part of it. They're going to have the loadouts. They're going to have the increased training data. They're going to have all the X speeds. So besides, like, what was Sean? I think the big thing is just Lattice, right? Because Sean was saying it's kind of fixed. I feel the same. My coins are actually pretty decent. Once you get past that point where you're speed checking like every little thing, and you kind of get to a baseline where you're okay, you still need to upgrade always. That's the end game. That's the carrot on the stick to always chase. But I think economy is okay. We still need to fix things like Dreamscape. I think Barco talked about events. Yeah, what's up?
But is economy fixed for a new player? I think you're looking at it from a player who's been playing the game for 2-3 months.
Do you think Yeah, I get exactly what you're saying. I think they're going to be accelerated compared to what we started at. Is it a rate where they're going to be able to stick through it? Maybe not. I think a lot of Etherea's problems was that they try to cater to everybody, but they still stuck to a hardcore mentality. So their audience is trying to get every single person, but the people that play Hoyo games or people that like you guys that came from Summoner's War, Epic 7, we went through some hardcore stuff when the game came out. So I think it'll be a little bit better. I don't know if that's going to fix it though, Vulcan.
Yeah. That's all right. What do you think, Sean, on your topic?
Yeah, I think it just like it feels like there's this filter in the game that like you come in, you're like, ooh, for the first 7 days it's gonna be great, but then you have to really get past the first month ish or so to really get to a point where you feel okay with your resources. Granted, you gotta play like really play, right? Like if you play like me, play like Vulcan or Barcode, everyone else on the call right here, you play and you really dive fucking deep. If you just like, casually trying to enjoy it, it's gonna still feel very shitty to do so. And if you casual, it's gonna take even longer to get to a point where you're comfortably checking your gear, upgrading your stuff, building team that have fun experimenting all that stuff. So it's like I think the filter is still gonna be there, even though if you get past it now in the future, we know that it will be fixed. But can the people get through that part? I'm not too sure though.
Either you boys have anything to say on that? Barcode symbol?
I think for the new players, just update the hyperlink charter rewards. I don't know if you guys have seen it recently, but the rewards are so low. You get 2 chips for one of the quests, by the way. And you get like 25,000 coins for another one. So it's like super low.
Yeah.
I think you have to like 5x it even, 10x it even, and it will be a lot more rewarding and helpful.
Let's get a new one for veterans too then, right? Add the new shell bosses in if they want to add the next difficulty. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think they do need to revamp the hyperlink a little bit. I mean, the first 14 days for anybody, it's easy, right? But like you said, up to like the 3rd, 4th week, 5th week, and like Sean said, a casual player, that I do feel like this game is more of a, for the first month, is more of a hardcore
It's a grinder's game.
Just trying to get to that level 50 account. Really not even level 50. I mean, you're not going to go into Inferno dungeons yet. It's like level 35, 40 is really your first goal.
Just getting that Nico unlocked now. It's like get to Nico and then you can really grind that and feel like you're farming something at max efficiency.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, but for casual players, I do feel like there should be something to help them a little bit. But yeah, hyperlink charter definitely. There definitely needs to be some new things added. Hopefully a new story comes. I mean, we've been waiting on that forever. So
did you guys actually do did you guys do the story? Like I skipped all that shit.
What is the story? What is the story?
I think I definitely skipped it, but it would give us a new investigation. So those summons you guys said got nerfed, right? Maybe they'll increase the rate on the investigation drops.
Yeah. That ain't happening.
I still don't know the story, so I'm sorry.
I mean, they're truly following like Summoners War style, where we fake to have a story, and then they never just do anything about it, and nobody really give a shit because like it was never meant to be like that.
I feel like these games aren't about the story anyway, especially PvP games. Does Epic 7 have a story that people are engaged in?
It's hit or miss, but it's honestly much better than it sounds like Summoners War, and definitely better than Etheria.
Okay, interesting. Well,
if you have side story for your new characters, that's like kind of cool. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
every character.
And free run coming in, get around it. Epic 7, I'll take my payment now.
Down below, guys. That's not bad.
Only Sean B gets those ones. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there, boys, because I've had you for almost an hour and a half. Really appreciate you all coming on. Once again, everyone, links are in the description if you're still hanging around. Go show these guys some love. I'm going on a camping trip for 2 weeks. Don't know how frequent I will be, so these guys are your go-to. Yeah, boys. I'm not going to make you each do an outro because it's always awkward when you do that shit. But thanks heaps for coming on. Really appreciate it. And if there's anyone else you want me to get on, I'm happy to do more of these and do this again. But thanks, guys. Catch you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.